Nearly 2 years ago, 23-year-old Kalidas, a farmer from one of the regions hardest hit by drought, committed suicide. Under the new insurance program, farmers paying premiums amounting to around 1.5% of a crop's value can receive full value if destroyed by drought or flood. The aim is to stop farmers like Kalidas from ending their lives. He borrowed $6,000 to install a pipe to irrigate the family farm, but drought had left no water to pipe in. It wasn't just crop failure that drove Kalidas to suicide. His father says it was the bank payments.
My son took a loan. When the debt became too big to pay, the bank officials started coming to our house. He was so stressed that he did not think and committed suicide.
In the state of Maharashtra, in a region called Marathwada, the situation is especially grim. More than 3,300 Maharashtra farmers committed suicide in 2015. In the first 2 months of this year, another 57 farmers took their lives. After 3 years, the drought in Maharashtra is grave, with barely any groundwater left. Rajabhav Deshmukh, a Maharashtra farmer, says suicide rate is climbing. He blames the drought and poor education.
When we studied why these suicides happen, we realized that the number of small farmers that have small pieces of land is very large. They're uneducated and have no idea about national economy. From early 2000s, the water has been a massive problem. Sometimes there is no rain, and sometimes there is excessive rain, which destroys the crops. His economical condition is so bad that he has no will to live, and he kills himself.
The region has struggled with this issue for decades, but it's receiving attention only now. In 1998, Yamna's husband committed suicide when she was 2.5 months pregnant with their second child. After she gave birth to her second daughter, who is deaf and mute, her husband's family asked her to leave their house and fend for herself. For them, 2 granddaughters meant more mouths to feed and a dowry for their weddings. Yamna has been working in the fields to survive. The first few years were a nightmare, with banks asking her to pay her husband's debt.
Money collectors from bank used to repeatedly trouble us, but we didn't have money for food. How could I pay them back? Local moneylenders also troubled us, and then the interest kept going up. Now I just barely managed to make ends meet.
India's new crop failure insurance was supposed to be available this month, the beginning of a new planting season. The question is whether it will help farmers already deep in debt and with no money to buy seed. Shweta Bajaj, CCTV, in Maharashtra state, India.